does it. I'm Gwen and I live in the Netherlands with my husband and 10-year-old daughter and my 2 little budgies who you might hear in the background from time to time. Today is the 30th of November on a Thursday morning. It's about 10 o'clock. The sun is coming up, but it's very grey and gloomy here, so I hope the quality of the video will be good enough anyway. I have been away for a week. I've not been recording. I should have recorded last week, but I was ill. I have had some hearing problems for about 3 weeks now, and it just wouldn't go away, and the doctor didn't see anything, so she sent me home. And my MS started to rear its ugly head. My feet started tingling, my fingers started tingling. I was tired all the time, sad all the time. So on a Saturday morning, my husband said, enough is enough. Now we are going to A&E, and they gave me some antibiotics. And I'm feeling a little better now. The tingling has subsided, so maybe we have averted the MS attack. I hope so, at least, because that's no fun. We will know for sure in January when I will have an MRI. And until then, I'll just do my best to keep healthy and stay safe. I have a lot to tell you, a lot to share, because I have been knitting on mostly easier projects. I am wearing today my C-Cross sweater. I have knitted this a few years ago. It is patterned by Becky Baker, and I knitted it in drop sky in white, a light grey, a black and a light mint. But if you look closely, I think it looks more like a light blue and not a light mint. I wanted it to be greenish, but it's blue. So I don't wear it often because the neckline is not to my liking. It has given me problems from the start. It just wouldn't. At first it was taller and it just kept standing up like this and it looked floppy and weird. So now I've sewn it down, but still, if I pull on it, it looks fine. But when you move around, it just keeps popping up a bit, but that's okay. It's really nice and warm though. Did I say it's drop sky? I don't remember, but it has some alpaca in it and it's nice and warm. It's long and you can't see really. Maybe it's over my bum, so keeps my tushy nice and warm too. I knitted it on a US 6 4mm needle and a US 5 375mm needle. I didn't write down the size I knitted. You can find it on my Ravelry page. I'll link everything down below in the description box so you can find it if you like. Okay, I have a few finished objects. First off, my daughter's Raglan sweater is done. This is it. As you can see, she has been wearing it. It is starting to peel just a bit. That is because it's knitted with alpaca in drops air. I knitted the size extra small. And then still I had to stop early because you should be knitting a few more rounds after the increases. And I stopped because it already came about here, and if I had to knit the extra rounds, it would have come up until here, and that wouldn't look good on her, I think. It's a stripy sweater, as you can see, but I tried to do the jogless rounds with this color changing. See, I can even find where I did that. It's under the arm, that I do know. Where did I? Not here. Was it here? Oh, I can even see. Waarom kan ik dat niet vinden? Where can I find it? Wait, if I look at the inside, it's bound to be. Okay, see. These are the jogless rounds I did. As you can see, it's slightly there. What I do is, when I join a new color, I slip the first stitch of the old color, and then I start knitting the new color. And then you can almost not tell where the round ends and begins. So I did that on the arms and on the body. I did a German twisted cast on for the neckline, did some twisted rib for the neck, which I also did on the cuffs, and I did a split hem and twisted rib on the hem for 2 stripes because I like that. She loves this. I also sew in a different colored yarn on the back of the neck, so she can tell which end is the front and which end is the back. And she really wanted to wear it today because it's very cold here, but I told her I wanted to show and tell on this little video. So that's done. Very happy with it. And I casted already on a new sweater for my daughter, which I will talk about later. My husband's hat is also done. This is the fleet hat by TinCanKnits. This is knitted in Yarbow Select number 6. It was gifted to me, this yarn, to try out by Edna, which is a Swedish yarn store. Yeah, they send me yarn from time to time. That's why you have this paid promotion thingy when the video starts. I don't get money for making these videos. I don't get money from anyone for anything I do. But I am obliged by, no, am I obliged? Do you say it like that? I'm supposed to put up that little tag because I do receive yarns for free from time to time to try out and show and tell. Anyway, tangent. This is the fleet hat. I knitted it for my husband. I used a 4.5mm needle US 7 and a 3.5mm for the cast on US 4. German twisted cast on because that's what I like. It's nice and stretchy, but not too stretchy. I'll put it on for you to see. My head is a little bit smaller than my husband's, but there you go. Me in a hat. Who knew? I never wear hats because this hat hair. He loves it, but now it's so cold he started wearing his Stries hat again. I knitted him a while ago. The one in the Neons and Neutrals book from La Bien-Aimée. It's warmer. This one is thinner. So when it's not freezing, he wears this one. And when it's freezing in the mornings, he wears the other one. 2 more finished objects. I did a pattern test for Laura Penrose. You might know her as Penrose Knits, or the Knitting Pickle, I think she's called here on YouTube. I love her. I have been watching her videos for about a year now. I have bought several of her patterns, but I haven't knitted one yet. And she almost never does a public test knit call, but when she did, I jumped on it, and she asked, "Are you familiar with stranded colorwork?" And I said, "Very," in my reply. So maybe that's why I got picked. I made 2 hot water bottle covers. This is the Maxine hot water bottle cover, and I think it'll go live on December 1st, which is tomorrow, but I'm not sure, so don't pin me down on it. There are 2 options in the pattern. There's a 6 color option and a 3 color option. This is the 6 color version. I used a 4mm US 6 needle size, and these are all stash yarns I used. This, maybe it looks brown on camera, I can't tell yet. This is olive green Loch Lomond in a tweed. I knitted my husband a sweater once with this. The pink one is Drops North, held double. The white one is Drops Cotton Merino, held single. The purple one is Drops Baby Merino, held double. And my all-time favorite is this Knit Crate Ordine Sai. Is it Ordine? Hey, no, oh, wait. I'm looking at my notes here. Ordine Wool Sai Double Knit by Knit Crate, which is unfortunately no more, but this screen is so nice and soft. I just love it. This just took me, well, I was sick at the time, so it took me a little longer. I think it took me 2 days to knit this. And it's already well used. You might be able to see because it's gotten a little bit of pitting. My daughter goes to sleep with this every night and she cuddles it. And then I got sick and I stopped knitting altogether for about a day or 4 or 5, which almost never happens. I always knit, even if it's just 1 more stitch, I always knit. But not this time, I just felt so miserable. And then I started to feel a little better and I thought, well, there's also a 3 color option. Why not try that one as well? So I did a 3 color option too. Also all stash yarns. This one is also Knit Crate, Ordine Halo Double Knit, Drops held double, Drops North, and Drops Cotton Merino held single. And then I ran out of grey. My skein was all done, but I didn't want to break into the second skein, so I just added this red here for a fun little detail. And people will ask me, how do you get this thing in and out of the, how do you get this thing in and out of the cover? Well, it's very simple. Some have buttons underneath, not this one. With this one, you just fold it double, like this. Let me see if I can wiggle it out. Of course, things never go easy when you're recording. You just pull it a bit, and then out she pops. And then you can wash it if you want. And the same with putting it back in. Just fold it double. Do make sure you catch your floats if they're long, because otherwise this will be a problem. And you just wiggle it in there. Smoosh it around a bit. And there you go. And it's back on. I did an Icelandic bind off on both of these, because that's a little bit more stretchy than a regular bind off, and you need that extra stretch to get the bottle in and out. So there you go. I'm not sure, well, I am sure what I'm going to do with this, but I'm not going to tell you just yet. Maybe later in the next video. And I have plans for a third. I have another one. And I'm going to use these Hobby Tweed Light, which I have left over from my sweater I knitted for my daughter. She calls it a chocolate sweater. I can't remember the name now, and not bothering to look it up. But These are fun yarns, but they pill like you wouldn't believe. So I am not going to use it in a sweater anymore. But they're so much fun. I thought maybe I can knit a bottle cover with them with a nice chunky cable or something in the middle. We shall see. It'll be my own little design thingy. Okay, that's my plan. Whips. I do have whips. When I was sick, I could knit at the beginning and I could knit when I was getting better. And I casted on a Musselburgh head for my daughter because it's just knit, knit, knit. Very simple. You cast on, you increase, and then after a few centimeters she tells you, because it's, or are they? I don't know. Ysolda Teague is her name, is the name of the designer. The pattern says knit with whatever needle you want, with whatever yarn you want, and then after the increases you measure, and the amount of stitches in the amount of in an inch or two will tell you which gauge you're on, and then you can see in the pattern what kind of gauge you're having and which amount of stitches you should have, in length you should have. So you can knit this hat from baby to large adult. This is the normal adult, small adult, what have I written now? Doesn't say. I am using adult, normal, medium adult for my daughter. I'm using stash yarn for this. This is about 2 years old. This is wol met verve. I hope you can see. Deluxe basic sock. Yeah, this is such a fun yarn with all these lovely speckles and colors. My daughter really likes it. And because it's double-sided, you can fold it in on itself and you can either wear it one side or the other, whichever you prefer. I have here another skein. This is West Yarn Deluxe sock in the color Hortensia, which means hydrangea, I think. And it's just lovely. My daughter fell in love with this and said, I want my hat to have these too. And I said, fine, that's okay. I can do that. These are single skeins. They were just sitting in my stash looking all pretty, and it was about time they got used. I have had this as a gift from my mother for Sinterklaas, which is the Dutch Santa Claus. We always celebrate this around the 5th of December. He was a Spanish bishop and handed out money or gifts to children, was children's patron in the Middle Ages. And that's what we do in the Netherlands around the 5th of December. We give each other Sinterklaas cadeautjes, presents. So this is what will be on the other side of the Musselburgh hat. I'm almost done with this one, this side. So it's a very nice TV knit. And then I tried casting on my daughter's new sweater when I was sick. Of course, that was a huge fail because it's a colorwork sweater. And I just kept making mistakes and I couldn't concentrate and my mind was not working. So I had to frog it and start again. And I did. And now it is working, fortunately. I started this yesterday. This is the Moraine sweater by TinCanKnits. Let me just see if you can tell. Just added in the second color. And And of course I am using my little knitting thimble for that because I could not live without it. I am using a 375mm US 5 and a 5mm US 8 needle. Knitting this extra small size because my daughter has grown like a weed the last couple of months. I think I'm looking at my doorpost where we measure her. She's about 2 inches taller than she was in September, so she's shut up like a weed. I am using Zwarte Varet Ulrika. I hope I pronounced that right. Do we have? Oh yes, yeah. In 3 colors. She picked them out herself. So the white and the darker green are the main, and then the lighter green will be the accent color. This is not gifted to me by Edna, but I did buy them from them because I wanted to try this and it's lovely. Very springy though, so I did have to, if you can see, I did have to get used a bit to knitting with it. And it's living in my knitted Hunzenstrik bag. Can you believe I knitted this with acrylic yarns? You see, when people tell you you cannot knit color work with acrylic yarns, that's not true. You can if you want to. These are all stash acrylics. I'm trying to phase them out a bit. And I knitted this bag from it. And I really love this bag. Okay. I think I have covered it all. Maybe this will be a little longer because I had a lot to share. Let me know what you're knitting on. Are you doing gift knits? I usually don't, but maybe I did this time. I don't know. Yes, well, the next few weeks will be very busy. We'll have a lot of Sinterklaas celebrations, and then it's almost Christmas. I mean, tomorrow is December 1st. Where does the time go? And then I'm not sure if I'm doing this Vlogmas thing. I mean, I'm new here on YouTube. I never really watch Vlogmas, but well, sometimes I do, but only with a few selected one of the podcasts, the ones I really like. I don't know, maybe I'll try and put some little bits and bobs in, because I do have an advent. I did something different this year. I'm doing a advent by Wol met Verve, a Dutch yarn dyer. She has the choice for 4 full skeins, and I chose a double knit, and so I can open up a present each Sunday, Advent Sunday. And I have another advent coming by Het Wol Based. She has an advent for after Christmas until 3 Kings. I don't know if you know about 3 Kings, 3 Koningen. It's a Catholic celebration that the 3 Kings went to find the baby Jesus. And it ends on a certain date. I don't even know which date. I was brought up Catholic, so I should know these things, but I forgot everything. But that will come after Christmas. Well, the package will arrive earlier, but the opening will be after Christmas, so I can just slide out of all the Christmas festivities with something nice. Anyway, we will see. It hasn't arrived yet. I'm hoping to have it soon. I am expecting it one of these days. So, no blanket knitting, no hexagon knitting, color work, minis. I haven't worked on that at all. It's just been trying to keep up with sweater knitting, hot water bottle covers, hats, that sort of thing. Trying to keep warm, because I think it's going to be a long, cold winter. Don't ask me why. That's what I think. Could be wrong. Hope I'm wrong. Anyway, that's enough from me. I hope to see you soon. Keep warm, keep knitting, and talk to you soon. Bye.